delicious, delicious.
I'm Wendell Garcia. Join me as I rediscover the joys of living here in the Philippines.
Oh my God!
Travel through taste. Discover your next adventure as we take you on our tasty travel.
Pep News, Linggo, alas 4 hanggang alas 5 ng hapon.
Yes! Ito na.
Ayan, nariyan na, ano?
Pizza roll with kalabasa. Masarap! Kaya ito, tikman natin.
Oo, tikman natin.
Masarap at masustansya.
Correct.
Ay, yun, sarap nun lang.
Final verdict niya.
Iba naman itong...
Yung kalabasa, lumasa sa cheese.
Talaga.
Yung mga halatang may kalabasa.
Purple to sa mga bata, ayaw kumain ng gulay.
That's crunchy pa.
Kapag nagtitikiman tayo, mag-ano muna tayo, family notes.
Okay.
Lahat ng relationship may issues na kanya-kanyang hinaharap. Walang madali, walang smooth, lahat may dadaan ng pagsubok.
Totoo yan, sinabi mong yan, Direk. Maunawaan natin sa usapan natin for today, mga kapambansa, what is enough to stay together? Ano ba yung mga dapat natin gawin? Oo, para manatili yung pagmamahalan, maging masaya, sa madaling salita, healthy relationship.
Yes. One is to get back on track with communication. Pero ano nga ba yung, paano tayo nakakagawa ng magandang komunikasyon, di ba? Good communication is a trust-building act, bringing you and the other person closer. Walang bagay na hindi naayos sa mabuting usapan.
Align on core values. Keep in mind that not all beliefs are set in stone. If both people are willing to hear each other out, they might be surprised at the compromises they discover.
Tama yun. Oo, ang hirap kasi pag hindi ka pati marunong makinig.
Correct.
Ang isa sa dapat natin gawin, nurture vulnerability. Ito po ay two-way street. Sabi nga, both you and your partner must develop an ability to open as well as tanggapin, accept, nurture, and respect the other's openness. Vulnerability depends on this positive reciprocal cycle.
Right.
Ayan, find a balance between dependence and independence. In short, bawat member ng isang relationship ay may responsibility para panatilihin ang balance between relying too much on the other person and not relying on the other person at all.
Yeah.
Oo, dapat may balance.
Yes.
Independent ka, pero dependent ka rin sa isa't isa.
Right. Ito yung minsan, nakakalimutan nating parte sa umpisa ng relasyon, di ba? Sa kaibigan natin o mapa family members, di ba? Ayun. So, yun nga, dahil nga sa nag-umpisa kayo sa inyong relationship na kayo lang dalawa, walang family involved, kaya akala ninyo kayo lang dalawa in the end, pero hindi na-realize minsan na napakahalaga pa rin ng bahagi ng family sa pagpapatatag ng isang relationship.
Kapag lumago na yung pamilya, dapat dumami na rin yung makakasalamuha mo at you have to have your own mga relationship din doon sa madadagdag sa inyo.
At doon nurture dapat yun. Alagaan natin. Okay.
Ang ating family notes quote of the day, the one who loves you will never leave you because even if there are 100 reasons to give up, he or she will find one reason to hold on.
Ano ba na nangyari sa'yo? Lagi na nakasuporta sa'yo, pamilya mo.
Correct.
Samantalang
pizza rolls, di ba?
Samantalang masarap yung kombinasyon.
Ditong kalabasa, cheese. Luto, gagawin ko to sa Sunday. Yan.
Salamat sa Metal Corporation, manufacturer of quality metals, wooden, vinyl, aluminum, mattress foam, and upholstered sala set, located at Bunsuran First, Pandi, Bulacan.
Okay, greetings!
Greetings! Happy birthday kay Rachel Lubangco, kaibigan natin. Happy birthday. Tapos binabati ko si Edwin De La Torre, yung ating inventor ng water bonsai.
Ang galing
Ang dami ng mga nagpapa-seminar. Madaming gustong matuto. Kung gusto nyo matuto mag-water bonsai, magpunta lang kayo sa Mowell Fund compound doon sa amin sa Film Academy of the Philippines. Maraming salamat din sa Macbeth.
Alright. Hello
Wala
naman
sa
po.
Rose.
At saka sa Rose.
Iba-iba kada araw. Yes.
Depende sa aking mood.
Anyway, hello naman sa aking mga loved ones dyan sa Oriental Mindoro, si Lolo Oning, si Lola Sitang, si Tita Mirna, Tita Rossi, and Tita Meds. Hello po!
Yan. Lola Lourdes Bringas na nanonood dyan sa bahay at yung mga kamag-anak sa Valenzuela, Cavite, Abra, at saan mang panig ng bansa. Yan.
Ayun. Please don't forget to watch Taong Bahay mamaya at 10:30. Yan.
Yes.
Salamat sa mga nanonood dyan sa bahagi ng Marinduque, sa Puerto Princesa, at yung mga taga-Dubai. Hello sa inyo.
Alright, bago tayo magpaalam, paalala lang na pwede po rin po kayong mag-post ng inyong mga selfies para manalo ng Desk Fan mula sa Exeter.
At samantala, tapos na naman ang 2 oras na balitaan, kwentuhan at masarap na kainan.
Yung mga nanalo diyan sa eleksyon kahapon, abay maglingkod kayo at maglinis kayo ng mga
Naging kalat
poster, yung mga kalat ninyo.
Yes.
Kita-kita ulit tayo bukas, magpatak ng alas 5 ng umaga, dito lang sa
Pambansang Almusal!
This program was brought to you by Cable Link, your link to world-class entertainment.
Binabati ko ang buong pamilya ng Eagle Broadcasting Corporation sa inyong ika-50 anibersaryo ng pagkatatag. Pinatunayan ng Eagle Broadcasting Corporation na kaya nitong makipagsabayan at magtagumpay sa industriyang ito sa isang katangi-tanging paraan sa pamamagitan ng pagpapalaganap ng mabuting balita, kabutihang asal at mabuti, marangal at mapagpitagang buhay sa ating mamamayan. Napakadakila ng inyong misyon at layuning ito. Patunay ito na ginagampanang mabuti ng EBC ang kanyang mahalagang tungkulin sa bayan at sangkatauhan at totoong naglilingkod sa sambayanang Pilipino. Sa ngalan ng buong pamilyang Marcos, ipinararating ko ang aming taus-pusong pagbati at pagsaludo sa Eagle Broadcasting Corporation. Kaisa po niyo kami sa paghahangad at panalangin para sa patuloy pang tagumpay at pag-angat ng EBC. Mabuhay ang Eagle Broadcasting Corporation.
Sobrang init! Ito ang kadalasang maririnig natin sa ating mga kababayan, lalo na ngayong nandito na ang summer. Alam niyo ba na ang mahabang pagkababad sa matinding init at labis na ehersisyo ay maaring maging sanhi ng heat cramps? Ang heat cramps ay ang nararamdamang pananakit sa iba't ibang parte ng katawan gaya ng kalamnan, kasukasuan at binti. Sanhi ito ng kawalan ng asin sa katawan dahil sa init ng panahon o kakulangan ng sodium, potassium, calcium at magnesium na nagiging sanhi ng problema sa katawan. Mapanganib ito sa mga sanggol at maliliit na bata, maging sa mga nagtratrabaho at sa mga taong nag-eehersisyo sa mga maiinit na lugar. Ilan sa mga sintomas ng heat cramps ay ang mga sumusunod: pagpapawis, pagiging mahinain, mabilis na tibok ng puso, pagduduwal o pagsusuka. Mabisang pangontra naman sa heat cramps ay ang mga sumusunod: maghanap ng lugar na masisilungan o malamig na lugar, uminom ng maraming tubig o sports drink na may electrolytes. Bagaman ang heat cramps ay matuturing na isa sa pinakamahinang karamdaman dulot ng init, Ito naman ay karaniwang hudyat na ang katawan ay may iniinda ng problema dahil sa mainit na panahon.
Hi, it's me, Janelle Salvador, and I would like to greet Eagle Broadcasting Corporation a happy 50th anniversary. More power!
Tadhana ay sadyang nagbago. Saan pa ang pag-ibig mo? There can't be no way, there can't be no way. And I will always love you. Can't you hold me in the street? What can I kiss you on dance floor? I wish that it could be like.
Hi guys, this is Julia Sanase. Please watch Letters and Music Monday to Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. only here on Net 25.
Yes, Southern California has amazing weather, diverse food options, and iconic sites to visit. However, life in Los Angeles can sometimes bring you down. You can sit in traffic for hours at a time. The sun can make living here extremely hot, and the cost of buying property can bring you to tears. But fret not. Founder Jared Paul and his team have created a place dedicated to cheer you up with a pop-up experience called The Happy Place. Here with Jared Paul, the founder of The Happy Place. So Jared, tell me, what was the inspiration of The Happy Place?
Well, it seems a little bit obvious now, but when we sat down and wanted to expand what we were doing in live entertainment, we just thought the world needed something to put a smile on their face. It's challenging out there. We watch the news. It's tough to have to continue to be reminded of the challenges in the world for people all over. I'm also a dad of 3 young boys, and I love taking them to immersive and fun experiences, a lot of the great museums in town. And so I kind of put those two things together and said it's time to do something that all that matters is putting a smile on people's faces, and that's what led to Happy Place.
And what is next for you and your team, Jared?
Well, to be honest, we're trying to focus on how a lot of work went into being able to figure out how to move Happy Place and then to be able to move it around the world. So I'm excited to be able to announce really soon our plans to, if you look on our socials, everyone's saying, come here, come there. So we're listening to that. So, it's a lot to do to focus on that. And of course, we have other businesses as well. But, the team here, the team that you get to meet today, they're focused on trying to bring happiness all over the world.
Well, you did it to this customer here. I appreciate you bringing happiness to the town of Los Angeles once again, Jared. Thank you.
We're happy to be back. I can't tell you what it feels like to have Happy Place opening in LA, and it would mean a lot to all of us, to everyone. Just come check it out. I guarantee you'll enjoy it and you'll leave here happier.
Appreciate it.
Yes!
Well, I'm feeling better already. This installation of the Happy Place in LA Live is only open from April 26th to May 27th. Make sure to catch it while it's here so you can turn that frown upside down. Till next time, I'm Ken Cruz, always one with 25.
Hello digital investors, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to watch our future features.
We live in interesting times. Today's stories. The United Nations seeks to investigate Nicaragua protest deaths. Meghan Markle, the LA actress with the fairy tale role. US vows to make North Korea rich if it gives up nukes. Canada Prime Minister Justin Trudeau aims for G7 to pick up fight against extreme nationalism. Black Panther pounces past Titanic box office record. Islamic nations seek global pressure on Myanmar over Rohingya. Plus, EBC's Marielle Flores tells us why green living is good for the health. For EBC Sports, Whitecaps FC defeat Real Salt Lake. And INC members in Montreal, Canada join the worldwide walk to fight poverty. This is Eagle News Canada, bringing you stories from around the globe. I am Archie Rose Natividad. The UN Rights Office on Friday asked Nicaragua to allow it to carry out an investigation into credible reports that at least 47 people, most of them students, have been killed since a wave of protests began there last month. A wave of protests began in Nicaragua on April 18th, triggered by an aborted attempt to reform the near-bankrupt social security system, but quickly expanded to include a wave of grievances against President Daniel Ortega, including claims of corruption and repression. The brutality of the repression by security forces and arbitrary arrests of protesters has sparked national outrage and fueled protests across the Central American nation. The protests pose a serious challenge to the authority of 72-year-old Ortega, who has ruled Nicaragua for the past 11 years, and before that, from 1979 to 1990. Sham Dasani said on 7th of May, we officially asked the Nicaraguan authorities to grant us access to the country so that we can, in line with the UN Human Rights Office's mandate, gather first-hand information about what happened during the protests. The Office of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights noted that the Nicaraguan Parliament had created a truth commission to investigate the deaths and allegations of torture and enforced disappearances during the protests. But for the Truth Commission's work to be credible, she added that it must be independent and able to conduct its work in a transparent and impartial manner. On Tuesday, a student coalition dismissed the Truth Commission as illegitimate and called for a proper inquiry body to be set up which would be pluralistic, just, and reliable. Last week, Ortega's government rejected a request by the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights to visit the country to see the situation firsthand.
Bueno, me dice, estamos aquí en la confrontación, ¿verdad? Entonces le digo, dale pues, Leo, cuídate. Llamo a otro muchacho y me dice que igual, ¿verdad? Que él va adelante, ¿verdad? Él iba adelante. Obviamente nosotros no nos esperábamos porque, hombre, pues esto nadie se lo espera, ¿verdad? Ustedes no andaban armados.
Meghan Markle once struggled for roles, but the U.S. actress has now landed the biggest part of all as she prepares to marry Prince Harry next Saturday and become the newest face in Britain's royal family.
This morning I woke up and I saw the news and I was really excited, and I knew that our school community would be very excited because a few of us have been, following the relationship, and the buzz around school was that she was engaged to Prince Harry, and so I went on the announcements I spoke of the news and everybody was really excited, yeah. It's amazing to think that, you know, she's walked our hallways and that someone as successful, as kind, as generous, as giving as Meghan, you know, has really rose up the ranks, and that's extremely inspiring for all of us here, especially at an all-girls school, because she's just the definition of, you know, who we aspire to be.
At 36 and with a successful self-made career behind her, few doubt that the television star and humanitarian activist is ready to join the cast of The Monarchy. Markle made her name as savvy paralegal Rachel Zane in the U.S. legal drama series Suits, but cultivated a high profile for herself outside the show too. She became a United Nations advocate for women's empowerment and a global ambassador for the World Vision Canada Relief Agency. The Los Angeles-born star had more than 2 million followers on her now-closed Instagram account and ran a successful lifestyle blog, The Tig. Markle was also revealed as the anonymous blogger behind The Working Actress, which chronicled the struggles of hustling for parts in Hollywood. Her acting career behind her, Markle's royal duties are likely to focus on youth, the Commonwealth, and women's empowerment. With Harry, his brother Prince William, and his wife Kate, the four will have the task of renewing the monarchy's relevance to a younger generation. The United States promised Friday that it would work to rebuild North Korea's sanctions-crippled economy if Kim Jong-un regime agrees to surrender its nuclear arsenal. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's vow came as senior U.S. officials expressed growing optimism ahead of the landmark June 12 summit between Kim and President Donald Trump.
I am confident that we have a shared understanding of the outcome that the leaders want. Certainly President Trump and Chairman Kim, but I think President Moon as well. I think we have a shared vision for what we hope when this process is completed, the Korean Peninsula looks like. I think we have a good understanding, and I think there is complete agreement about what the ultimate objectives are.
He was speaking after talks with his South Korean opposite number, Foreign Minister Kang Kyung-hwa, to coordinate Washington and Seoul's preparations for the historic encounter. Many observers have warned Kim's regime will try to drive a wedge between the allies as the summit approaches, but Seoul's fear of war against Washington's nuclear concerns. But both Kang and Pompeo insisted that they agreed on the need for the total, permanent, and verifiable denuclearization of the divided peninsula. Trump and South Korea's President Moon Jae-in are due to meet on May 22nd at the White House for the next round of planning. And Pompeo said that the United States would remain on board to help develop the North's economy, which has been devastated by its own mismanagement and crippling international sanctions.
If North Korea takes bold action to quickly denuclearize, the United States is prepared to work with North Korea to achieve prosperity on the par with our South Korean friends.
Since an ad hoc 1953 armistice put an end to active hostilities between the North and the South, South Korea has emerged from devastation to become a leading world economy. But the North has remained one of the world's most isolated states, and its outdated economy has been further battered by a UN-backed maximum pressure campaign of sanctions. Over the past year, Kim and Trump have also added a personal touch to a half-century of international enmity, swapping insults and both openly threatening devastating direct military action. Kim's regime also carried out missile tests that convinced U.S. intelligence officials, including Pompeo in his former role as CIA chief, that North Korea could threaten U.S. cities. But South Korea's President Moon reached out to the North, reopening direct talks. And when Kim invited Trump to a summit to discuss disarmament, the mood changed. At the weekend, Pompeo flew to Pyongyang for a second round of talks and to recover 3 released American detainees. And now a summit date has been set for June 12 in Singapore.
I think we're very clear that the sanctions remain in place until and unless we see visible, meaningful action taken by North Korea on the denuclearization track.
South Korea's Kang shared in Pompeo's optimism and was at pains to insist that there is no daylight between how Washington and Seoul are approaching the talks. Up next, Trudeau aims for G7 to pick up fight against extreme nationalism. Black Panther pounces past Titanic box office record. Islamic nations seek global pressure on Myanmar over Rohingya. Eagle News Canada will return in a moment.
Eagle Broadcasting Corporation not only provides news and entertainment, but also fulfills its social responsibility through clean-up drives, blood donations, medical mission, and livelihood seminar. Eagle Broadcasting Corporation into its 50th year.
When you can't do it all, do what you can. Caring for others. Pass it on.
ASEAN in Focus. Monday to Friday, 2 to 2:30 p.m.
Welcome back. You are watching Eagle News Canada. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau hopes the G7 will step up to fight extreme nationalism and adopt concrete measures on the environment and women's education in crisis zones when it meets in Canada next month. Ken Soteria with the report.
On retrouve ça dans bien des pays, chez beaucoup de citoyens, et c'est d'ailleurs une des questions que je trouve doit être au centre des discussions que nous avons en tant que G7 sur comment rassurer les citoyens par rapport à l'avenir que nous bâtissons ensemble.
President Donald Trump's recent decision to pull the U.S. out of the Iranian nuclear deal is expected to be front and center at the June 8-9 summit in Lamal Bay of leaders of the world's 7 largest industrialized nations: Britain, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the United States. Global trade is also on the menu as Canada, Mexico, and the United States hold crunch talks to try to secure a new North American free trade agreement, and European and Japan push back against the U.S. protectionist trade policies. Still, Trudeau suggested that U.S. President Donald Trump will not feel alone at the table because the G7 summit will seek consensus on security and economic issues. Trudeau promised there will be a real robust discussion on how we can move forward together. Host Canada is planning to focus on gender equality at the summit, unveiling a G7 Advisory Council on the issue. The Canadian leader said he would encourage his G7 peers to tackle this issue in developing countries where a lot of investment is required, especially in places of crises, in refugee camps where education for girls is almost absent.
Si en tant que pays du G7, on peut investir dans l'éducation pour les femmes et les filles en situation de crise, on va non seulement diminuer l'impact de la crise, mais on s'assure qu'on n'est pas en train de perdre une génération à un moment où on ne peut pas perdre toute cette capacité que ces femmes et les filles ont à contribuer à un monde meilleur.
Canada will also press for action to clean up the world's oceans as part of a larger environmental and climate agenda.
It's one of those areas that we can find a lot of common ground amongst G7 nations and indeed amongst the world on the need to protect our oceans. And we're going to be looking at things like sustainable fisheries. We're going to be looking at things like better data collection and science done in our oceans. We're going to be looking at reducing the number of plastics that we use and that are ending up in our ocean.
Trudeau pointed to rising sea levels affecting coastal nations and an increased frequency of hurricanes and floods. Trudeau said ocean protection is a global concern and the G7 must demonstrate real leadership in dealing with this difficult issue and deliver tangible results. This is Ken Soterio reporting for Eagle News. I am one with 25.
Thank you, Kent. Black Panther broke more records over the weekend in North America, exceeding revenues from the 1997 blockbuster Titanic, while horror thriller A Quiet Place, with barely 3 minutes of dialogue, made a resounding $50.2 million debut. Thomas Likeness with the details.
Time coming to this festival was 2009, almost 10 years ago, and I had a film in a short film corner in an American pavilion, and it was my first time ever outside of the United States, and I really fell in love with the place. I would look out at the water, walk around and see everybody working on their films, dressed up in their tuxedos, but I actually spent a lot of time out here on the beach, watching the films that would play for free. I would watch them over there, I would watch them over here, so it really is, coming full circle for me to be back in front of you guys with this film that means so much.
A Quiet Place is built around a simple but chilling premise. Flesh-eating creatures have invaded the earth, but they are blind and can track their prey only by sound. So actor-director John Krasinski, his wife in the film and in real life, Emily Blunt, and their children must adapt through sign language and ingenious adaptations or die. The film has drawn rave reviews with a 97% Rotten Tomatoes rating. Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One, a futuristic tribute to 1980s films, came in second at $24.6 million from Friday to Sunday, according to box office tracker Exhibitor Relations. The Warner Brothers film tells the story of a teenage gamer, Wade Watts, who finds himself in an addictive virtual reality world. It's earned $96.5 million in 2 weeks. In third was another new release, Universal's Blockers, at $20.6 million. A raunchy comedy starring John Cena and Leslie Mann, the movie drew considerable buzz at the South by Southwest Film Festival. Still flourishing in its 8th week out, Black Panther netted $8.7 million for 4th spot. Already the highest-grossing superhero film in U.S. history, its cumulative total in the U.S. and Canada now exceeds $665.6 million. The film stars Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, and Lupita Nyong'o. That number takes the film past Titanic, which had collected $659 million in North America. Black Panther is now 3rd in movie ticket sales of all time on the continent. Thomas I. Likeness. Eagle News, I'm one with 25.
Thanks, Thomas. Islamic foreign ministers on Sunday launched a campaign to mobilize international support for action against Myanmar over the Rohingya refugee crisis. Arnie Aquino with more.
The Dhaka conference agreed to establish an ad hoc committee to mobilize and coordinate international political support for accountability for human rights violation against the Rohingya community. This is very important. This is one of the concrete steps that has been taken to alleviate the problem of our brothers and sisters Rohingyas.
Foreign ministers and diplomats of the 53-member Organization of Islamic Conference, or OIC, set up a campaign committee during 2 days of talks in the Bangladesh capital Dhaka. OIC Secretary General Yusuf bin Ahmed Al Uthaymin called the move a key step toward ending a crisis caused by the exodus of about 700,000 Muslim Rohingya from Buddhist-majority Myanmar into camps in Bangladesh. He said the new committee would mobilize and coordinate international political support for accountability for human rights violations against the Rohingya community.
Expressed their grave concern on the Rohingya issue, with the number of Rohingyas in Bangladesh having crossed 1 million. Delegations highly appreciated Bangladesh's role to host these Rohingya people and asked for taking strong action against Myanmar government.
A military campaign launched in Myanmar's Rakhine state in August last year set off the massive influx of the Muslim minority into Bangladesh, where they joined 300,000 refugees already living in squalid camps following previous violence. The United Nations and United States have said the crackdown amounted to ethnic cleansing. The Myanmar army has said it only targeted militants. Rohingya civilians have told of murders and rapes as they fled. They say the army burned hundreds of Rohingya villages to the ground. The International Criminal Court prosecutor has already called for the tribunal to rule on whether it can investigate the allegations of mass rape and killings. Bangladesh has put huge diplomatic effort into pressuring Myanmar to take back the refugees in safety. The two nations signed a repartition deal in November, but nobody has since returned. The Rohingya have been persecuted for decades in Myanmar, where they are regarded as illegal immigrants from Bangladesh and denied citizenship. Last month, a UN Security Council delegation visiting the camps called for the safe return of the Rohingya and an end to discrimination against them. Canada's Foreign Minister, Chrystia Freeland, also called for accountability when she toured the Rohingya camps this week. Bangladesh Foreign Minister A.H. Mahmood Ali said the OIC meeting had urged strong action against the Myanmar government on the Rohingya crisis. For Eagle News, I am Arnie Aquino, 1 with 25.
Up next, EBC's Marielle Flores tells us why green living is good for the health. For EBC Sports, Whitecaps FC defeat Real Salt Lake. And INC members in Montreal, Canada join the worldwide walk to fight poverty. Eagle News Canada will return shortly.
In these interesting times, these people have a big role to play. People behind news making. Your daily companions in service to humanity. Eagle News Service.
Touched it. I touched the ball before it went out, Coach. Come on, Alex. The ref did not call that. You gotta be kidding me, Alex. It's the championship game. Talk to him, Coach. I touched it. It's their ball.
Don't foul them when they inbound. Team on three. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go on, Alex. Sorry, Coach.
Alex. Good call.
Sportsmanship. Pass it on.
Right.
Landmarks, Linggo, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi.
This is Eagle News Canada. I'm Archie Rose, Natividad. The Green Living Show 2018 showcases organic, healthy, and eco-friendly products appealing to a great number of clean living enthusiasts. EBC's Marielle Flores with more.
Organic, sustainable, eco-friendly, all here at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre. I am Marielle Flores, reporting for the 12th Annual Green Living Show. A healthier you, a healthier planet, says the Green Living Show, a show this year produced by Green Living Enterprise, Vice President Robert Olowski.
This is the largest collection of environmentally friendly, sustainable, healthy products and services in Canada today. So our show is very much about products and services, but it is almost more about the education and the information that we're able to get out there into the wider world. So we like to make an impact through education and consumerism. Really what we're trying to do is create a space for conversation, create a space for purchase, create a space for research. We want people to be able to come to the show and not only leave with great products that enhance their lifestyle and help them lead a healthier and more sustainable lifestyle, but also give them the information and the knowledge they need to take greater steps forward when they leave the show, to be able to pass the message along to the people that they know.
The show is both interactive and innovative. Visitors are offered a chance to test drive electric vehicles, sample food using local organic ingredients, plus some eco-travel tips. Shared here are strategies on how to help save the planet and to pursue healthy living.
If we look back 12 years ago, the public discourse was around making these decisions because it was, we wanted to save the polar bear or save wildlife. Then the discourse changed to saving money. If we were to buy products that consumed less energy, we would save money, or buy products that were built better, we wouldn't need to buy them again. And the public discourse has evolved to talk about how products that are healthy for you and your family, your kids, and your loved ones happen to be also very healthy for the environment. So the conversations turned about health and a healthy lifestyle. I think that will continue for a very long time. I think people are starting to realize that leading a healthy lifestyle as an individual is synonymous and completely equates to living a healthy lifestyle that is healthy for the earth and for the planet.
Reporting from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, I am one with 25.
Thanks, Marielle. At BC Place Stadium, the Vancouver Whitecaps FC avenged their previous loss to Real Salt Lake earlier last month. Here's Anthony for the report.
Vancouver Whitecaps FC took care of business here at home at BC Place Stadium as they defeated Real Salt Lake 2-0.
Anthony Blondell and Christian Teixeira led the way for Vancouver, scoring both goals in the match. Christian Teixeira opened the scoring in the second half in the 74th minute, capitalizing on a penalty kick to notch his first of the 2018 season. Anthony Blondell then scored the game-winning goal in the 79th minute after a one-timer pass from inside the box. This was Blondell's first career MLS goal and his first as a member of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Real Salt Lake played well but were held scoreless in this match. They were able to get off 17 shots with 5 being on target. They also dominated the ball throughout both ends of the match, having possession 69% compared to Vancouver's 31%. The Vancouver Whitecaps FC avenged their previous loss to Real Salt Lake earlier this month, and they end their 3-game skid where they only scored 1 goal in that span. They gained back their momentum heading back into next game after an embarrassing 6-0 defeat at the hands of Sporting Kansas City. For Real Salt Lake, they will return home to face Orlando City at Rio Tinto Stadium, while the Vancouver Whitecaps will play next at home as they host the Houston Dynamo right here at BC Place Stadium.
Reporting for EBC Sports, I'm Anthony Sevilla, and I'm 1 with 25.
Thanks, Anthony. Montreal joins INC members across the globe in the worldwide walk to fight poverty.
We are here in front of John Abbott College. The members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo are starting to come in. We are expecting 1,000 members to attend this worldwide walk to fight poverty. In front of the 2 largest and prestigious schools here in Montreal, Canada, John Abbott College and McGill University, the members of the Iglesia Ni Cristo will conduct a global event, the Worldwide Walk to Fight Poverty. The location of the Worldwide Walk to Fight Poverty in Montreal, Canada is at the campus of John Abbott College and McGill University. These are the 2 well-known and prestigious college and university in Montreal, Canada. They are both well-known for their medical and business courses. John Abbott College is located in the middle of the buildings of McGill University and where the Iglesia Ni Cristo set the starting and finishing lane. They are set to walk a total of 1.6 kilometers around the buildings and the streets of the campus, with 358 sites, 44 countries, and 18 time zones, the Iglesia Ni Cristo is aiming to record the largest charity walk in 24 hours and multiple venues for the Guinness World Record. For the Worldwide Walk EBC special coverage from Montreal, Canada, this is Jen Garcia. I am 1 with 25.
That is this week's Eagle News Canada. Join us again next week for stories that matter to you. Visit our website at eaglenews.ph. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/eaglenewsph. Thank you for watching. I'm Archie Rose at TV Dad, and I am 1 with 25.
Paparami na ang mga residential buildings sa mga bansa lalo na sa mga kalunsuran. Kaya naman kailangan pag-isipan din ang kaligtasan ng mga naninirahan dito sa panahon ng emergency gaya ng sunog. Di lamang sa Greenfield Towers sa London, pati na ang iba pang matataas na gusali sa bansa. Kaya naman ilan sa mga bagay na dapat isaalang-alang para mapangalagaan ang inyong sarili at pamilya ay mga sumusunod. Maging pamilyar sa inyong floor plan. Pag-aralan ang pinakaligtas na daan kung papaano makakalabas kapag may sunog. Alamin din ang fire exit sa inyong tinutuluyang gusali. Kailangan magkaroon ng fire extinguisher sa inyong unit o malapit dito. Alalahanin na may expiry date ang fire extinguisher at dapat itong tingnan. Turuan din ang miyembro ng pamilya na gumamit nito. Suriin din ang smoke alarm sa inyong gusali at unit. Ang smoke alarm ang early warning para sa mga residente at security personnel kung may sunog. Ang mga residential building ay may water sprinklers din at kailangan itong laging i-check. Alamin din ang mga daan para sa mga fire exit sa mga gusali. Kailangan ding visible ang mga marka kung saan ang mga hagdan.